Hey guys, Alaudin here from Meribook, and in this video I wanted to talk to you guys about our latest integration, which is Stripe. So let me just show you. This was released just today, and Stripe payment integration directly within Meribook will allow you to set up a single payment or a subscription, and also use the payment links feature that Stripe recently released. So you can use that to sell access of your content on Meribook. First, what I'll do is I'll show you what I have in my account. So I'm logged in and I have under my private two books, one for content writing work and one for marketing mastermind. This one, let's say, is going to be a one-time payment, and people who ever make payment to that will get access. And for the mastermind, let's say that's a subscription, and if they cancel the subscription, then they lose access. Also, the second option for mastermind would be, let's say you're paying one time for lifetime access. So two different pricing for the same access. All right, so that is my use case. So I need a product for one-time payment to content writing, and then I need two products for the mastermind, one for the monthly subscription and one for one-time access. So now let's head over to our Stripe account, and I just wanted to show you that I don't have any products here right now. So let's create those products first. So my first one is content writing work. Okay. And I'm not going to leave any of this. And let's say this is $497. And it's a one-time. That's all I need. So I'm going to create that product. So that product is created. Now if I go back to my products, content writing work. Okay. And then I have one product for marketing mastermind one time. Let's say this is 197 one time, and I'm going to save that product as well. Come back and I'm going to create one more marketing mastermind monthly. Let's say this is $29 and that's recurring, and save product. So the reason I wanted to take the time to show you this is once you have the products created, then it becomes much easier for you to go into your Meribook account and map the products to your book access. So now let me go back to Meribook and let's go to account and let's click on integrations. And here you have Stripe form. Just click on that. So we're going to use our Stripe demo, and this is our test key. So let's come back and let's click on the dev and API key. Click here to copy the publishable key, and let's paste that. Let's go back here, copy this, copy, and then come back here and paste this. Once you have this, I might actually have one already. So let me just do test 2, just so I know. And I'm going to click on connect. If everything works, if your keys are valid, then it will show connected successfully. If they are not valid, then you won't be able to save. So if I scroll down, you'll see that Stripe demo test 2 is right here. And right now it's not being used anywhere. Okay, so the connection is there. So let me go back and I want to show you that we have generated a webhook URL. And the next step is to actually take this. So click on copy and then go to your webhook URL settings and configure it within Stripe. So from Stripe, we got the two keys. And then once we have the webhook URL generated, then we go into Stripe and set up these things. So let me just explain the events that are necessary. The checkout session completed. This is for any checkout. It doesn't matter if it's a single payment or if it's a subscription payment. When that is completed, the user will get access. When a checkout is done, but then they ask for a refund, and you as a book owner or a Stripe owner issue a refund, then what we do is we unsubscribe the user. We don't delete them, but we unsubscribe them. So they're still in the system, but they don't have access. And then same thing happens if it's a subscription and a subscription is deleted. If subscription is paused or any other events happened for the subscription, the user will still have access till the subscription is deleted. At that point, the user is unsubscribed, but they're still on the system. So now what I'll do is I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go back to my Stripe account, and we're in test data here. So we're going to go to webhooks, and here it says add your endpoint, and this is the endpoint. So just paste it here. And for reference, I'll just say Meribook demo account. Okay. And here is the option for you to select the events. If you do receive all events, then it sends us all the data, which will still only look for the ones that we need, but there's no need to do that. So let's say checkout session completed. That's the one. Let me come back here. Charge refunded and subscription. So I'm just going to search for fund, charge refunded. That's the other one. And the next one is subscription deleted is the one. So these are the only 3 events that we're interested in. So we add that. So now it says this is enabled. Now let's go back into our account. So our integration is done. A Stripe setup is done. Now let's go back to the account and let's look at our actual book. These are private books. So within the platform, the book is marked as private, but you're selling access from your website or however else you're going to promote your book. So if I click on this green option, this takes me to the campaigns. If it's not green, if it's gray, you can still click it and it will take you to the campaign section. It's gray when you have no campaigns. So I already have one. That's why it's showing me green. So I have a bunch of campaigns here. So now I want to create a new one. So we're in the content writing work. I'm going to add a new one. I'm going to call it paid work. All right. So you can call it whatever you want, just for your reference. Okay. And I'm going to mark it as active. And let's create the campaign first. Now I can go back in and configure it to receive the subscriber when they make a payment from our Stripe account. So by default, you're going to see Stripe Live and Test. This is something that we do internally. So if you use a test API key, they will show up under your test accounts. So if I select the test now, it will show you the 2 test accounts that I have set up. So we're interested in this Stripe demo test 2. Let's select that, click next. Here, we're actually pulling the products that you have configured on your Stripe account. So coming back to our products here, these are the 3 products. So here you see those 3 products here. So this is content writing work. Here you don't have to select if it's a single payment or subscription. That's all done on the Stripe side. We just want to know which product it is that you want to connect with this campaign. So content writing work, save changes. This campaign is ready. So here you have, I don't need to configure any other actions. If you wanted to send this data to your marketing email list or anything, you could do that from here, but most likely you're using Zapier or some other solution for that. So you probably don't need it here. So in this case, from Meribook perspective, your integration is complete. Now let's actually do the testing. If I click on payment links, I don't have any created right now. So let's create one. And I'm going to create the content writing work. None of this matters, and I'll just create the link. So here is a link generated by Stripe now. We can use this during our promotion or marketing. Now, let me open up a new browser, and I'm going to paste this in, and let's just see what the checkout process looks like for your end user. Meribook content client. Okay. And we'll just use that. Okay. So let's make that payment. So now this user has made a payment. And if we go into that email account, we should start seeing some emails. So this one says verify your email account, and the other one went into the promo. It says you are now subscribed to the content writing work. Here's your access to it, right? So as the buyer, they need to create a Meribook account. So let's go through that process. Before I do that, let me show you what has happened in the back end for you as the book owner. We're back as the owner. I'm going to click here. So it says content writing work. A user has been subscribed. I'm going to refresh this page. Now it says here's the email ID of the person, and they're subscribed, but obviously they don't have an account yet. That is one of the reasons why this right here is grayed out, because they don't have a Meribook profile yet. Once they create a profile, you'll see that this turns into a link, and you can actually go to that user profile. So now let me come back to this account here, and let's complete that process. So I'm going to click on verify email, loaded it up, and if I come back to my email, welcome to Meribook, here is your account. It generates a one-time password for the user. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to click here, and I'm going to paste in my one-time login, click on sign in. And for the first time user, it's going to ask them for terms and conditions, accept that, and now they can change the password. So I'm going to change this password here. Okay, and change. Now I'm logged in as a brand new user, and if I go to my subscriptions, this user now has access to your content that they just paid for. So from your perspective, you can send users an email saying that you'll be receiving access to your content from Meribook. So I think it will make it much easier. One other thing that you can do is I'm going to go back to the book owner user account here. One of the things that you can do is configure the emails to go from your SMTP. So like if you go under book settings, you have the option to set up your own SMTP option. So the email notifications will go from your email rather than Meribook. Okay, they're still logging into Meribook, but at least the emails go from your account. So now let me go back to the campaign section. Now you'll see that this user is linked. So that means they have access, or they have created the account. all right, and they're showing as subscribed. That is your one-time payment, okay? The only thing I want to show you now is how it would work when you have two different payment options, like the one-time payment and a monthly subscription. So in our products, we created a mastermind one time and a mastermind monthly. So let me go to my book. Let's go to the mastermind. And again, I can go to the connect campaigns. I have one campaign from before. And what I can do is I can actually change this just for this purpose. Let's say this is one-time payment access. Okay, I'm going to call it that. And I'm going to select my Stripe account, demo 2, next. And here, marketing mastermind one time, save changes. Let's go back and see if that is configured. So Stripe account, and the product from your Stripe account looks good. Let's go back up one level. Oh, I didn't save it. So let me say one-time payment access and update. And now let's create another one. Okay, and let's say subscription access. Okay, and I'm gonna make it active, create. Need to create it first and then go back in and configure it because we generate these webhooks, and that's why you need to do that. So in this one, we want to select test, and here mastermind monthly, save changes, and come back. And here you have mastermind monthly. So same book. If a user pays through a payment link for one-time access, they'll be in this campaign. And if they pay for the monthly subscription, they'll be in this campaign. So if I go back to my overall campaign page, so let's go to content writing. This user here paid work, source was Stripe. So if they go through a different campaign, then this will show campaign name. So if you have a monthly subscriber or a one-time subscriber, you'll be able to tell that they are part of the monthly subscription, or if they're part of a one-time payment subscription. And let's say if you want to manually unsubscribe a user, obviously you're able to do that as well. So I can just click on edit, and then I can unsubscribe that user. They're not deleted from the system, they just lose access from their account. Okay, and that pretty much covers the Stripe setup. So I hope you realize how flexible the system is, because within one book you're adding subscribers based on two different payments. One paid a one time, and then the other one paid or is paying monthly. You can also have, let's say you have multiple Meribook accounts and only one Stripe account. Well, it doesn't matter, because each setup, when you go under integration, each setup will have a separate Stripe integration, right? Like even though you're using the same live keys, the integration name, you can name it a little bit different, so you know what's going on with which one. And in this case now, it shows 3 here: paid work, one-time payment, and monthly subscription. These are the 3 campaigns that this is associated with. And this is just another quick way to just see where you're using your integration. So it takes me to that campaign specifically from my overall integrations page. So, and this is true for pretty much all of our integrations. You can have multiple accounts. If you have two different Stripe accounts, you can set those up, obviously. If you have multiple plugin paid accounts, you can use those. So really flexible, really easy to configure, I hope. And look forward to hearing how you guys use it, or if you have any comments, let me know. All right, thanks. Take care.